Thank you, Reverend, and also thank you, Rabbi Koski. My name is Gloria Saldana. I'm the Assembly member for this district and also the Speaker Pro Tem of the State Assembly, and I'm here today. And I'm here today as someone who has actually been in the building trades. When there were no teaching jobs available many years ago, I worked in San Diego as a carpenter, as a union carpenter. At that time, the wages were enough that I saved my money and went back to school and got my graduate degree. And one of the places I taught and coached sports was right here at Hoover High School. So I have a very strong connection to the place where we are meeting today. We want very simple things. We want good jobs at good wages to create great schools. That is what we are asking for. And as we look at the President's stimulus package, and I was blessed to be with him in Orange County a few days ago, and what people are looking for is really to get our economy back on track, and the way to do that is with jobs, and not just any job, but jobs that have benefits, jobs that pay a living wage, jobs that will allow the people that you see gathered here today, their children to have the same future and opportunities that my family had, and that every child on this campus will have access to a great education and be able to move forward and keep California on track. Now, the only way we can ensure that is with these types of agreements. And without these agreements in place, we may have faith in having good jobs, but faith without deeds is dead. And we must have more than faith. We need to have action, and that means contract agreements to ensure that the jobs that take place to rebuild our schools, to make them schools for the future, are being built by people that will then be able to support their families and send their children on to good schools and good colleges. So these project labor agreements provide those benefits that ensure those living wages, those health care benefits, because I will tell you as a former teacher, sick children cannot learn. And if we don't have health care for these families, their children will not be sitting in those desks and learning. We need to give local workers every advantage on these jobs, and we want to make sure that the construction trade flourishes here in San Diego. We want to make sure that our students have access to the kinds of skills through training programs, so if they go on and become a carpenter or a sheet metal worker or any of those other essential skills, electrical worker, that they can still make a good wage and live here and raise their family right here in San Diego. The use of project labor agreements is innovative. It's essential with public funds to make sure that our tax dollars are spent wisely and effectively, and that's why I'm here today. We have a very tough challenge at the state level, at the national level on our economy, and the way to rebuild the middle class and have people go back to work and keep their homes is to make sure that they have jobs in fields like construction that are good-paying jobs, not dead-end jobs, and that's why I'm out here today with my colleagues, with all of the people that are counting on us to get these jobs going. So thank you all for being out here. Let's get the job done. Let's have good schools, good jobs with living wages. Thank you all.
Good morning. My name is Gloria Cooper, and I am a board member of the San Diego Organizing Project. We represent over 25 churches with over 41,000 families throughout the San Diego region, and we are a faith-based organization that has been putting our faith into action for more than 30 years, helping ordinary people to do extraordinary things. 10 of us from San Diego went to Washington, D.C. with other leaders from across the country to meet with the PICO National Network and to urge our national leaders to respond to the deepening foreclosures crisis in our country on today. Also, we met with them on the stimulus money that we make sure that it would not pass our communities, our churches, and our families. SDOP believes that comprehensive health care reform will not only heal our families, but it will help restore our community. I'm here today to say that we at the San Diego Organizing Project are excited about the influx of federal money into our city and the investment of Proposition S into our school facilities. But we're also vigilant. We want to make sure that these investments do not pass us by. We are here today to say that we want to make sure that local people are involved in the priorities, that jobs created, that they will be good jobs with health care, that young people in our Hope and Opportunity Zone and communities get an apprenticeship that leads to career in the construction industry, and that we begin to make San Diego a leader in green technology and jobs, that contracts awards that make sure the undeserved are a part of the picture. These investments, federal and local, represent an opportunity for our country to begin to restore the middle class, the very foundation of our country. But they need to be made in a way that preserves our local input and create middle-class career, ensure the opportunities for the least of us are created, and that those in charge of these resources and opportunities are held accountable. We say today, everything is possible, and in the words of our president, yes, we can build a better San Diego. God bless you.
Thank you. Good morning, Sheila Jackson, School Board President. We know that the foundation of our nation lies with our middle class. We know that our middle class has been almost stripped of everything, and it is our goal in our Unified School District to restore our middle class. How do we do that? We did that by passing Proposition S. We did that by talking about having a PSA, which would stabilize our school district and make sure that our jobs are going to local people, that they have the skills to do the jobs, and that they have the health care benefits in order to do health care benefits as well. We do that also by holding our governor accountable for sending the stimulus money that the federal government is sending to San Diego, not holding it in Sacramento. And I just came back from Washington because we want to make sure that our governor does not take that money and spend it on something else other than education. In a time when we do have deficits in our budget, and I make it very clear wherever I go throughout the nation and at the Capitol, I have said all of these budget cuts, all of these stimulus packages rest on the backs of the students that are sitting in these classrooms right here on this campus. We owe it to those students to provide them with the education and the skills to pay off this debt. This is our middle class. If we don't educate them, guess what? We do not have a middle class. We do not have a country, and we will not come out of this stimulus, out of this economic depression, until we educate the very kids that are sitting here, that we stimulate our middle class citizens. Otherwise, this nation will not survive. So thank you for having me today.